A team of special needs individuals will attempt to reach the summit of Mount Fuji next week. The expedition is led by the YMCA and supported by the Mediacorp Enable Fund.
YMCA hopes to inspire confidence and independence in the special needs community, while at the same time raising money for its outdoor adventure program. Nabila Go checks out the group's preparations.
You need a thermal below.
This team of 10 special needs persons will attempt to scale Japan's iconic peak. Towering at nearly 4,000 meters, Mount Fuji is the tallest mountain in Japan and a popular spot for tourists and outdoor enthusiasts around the world.
We wanted something inspirational, aspirational, something that will uplift them, inspire them to reach beyond themselves. I mean, the truth is, it's a big challenge, and some have said we're being a bit ambitious. But yes, we are. We do believe that they can reach higher than they even thought possible. And so Mount Fuji is one of those great icons. It's an icon of Japan, and it's something people aspire to climb. So why not?
The team have been training for 3 months to prepare for the upcoming expedition. They have gone on hikes and even completed all 57 stories of a vertical marathon last month. Among the climbers is 48-year-old Oh Siu-mei. She was born with cerebral palsy. The condition affects her muscular control and body movements, resulting in speech difficulties. But Miss Oh is not allowing herself to be limited by her condition.
We can know everything that we want.
She also does her own training on the side, climbing the 25-story apartment building near her house up to 4 times a week. 28-year-old cancer survivor James Wong is another member of the team. He was diagnosed with stage 2 bone cancer 7 years ago. He had to undergo surgery on his leg and now depends on a crutch to get by. The training has been especially tough for him.
I think in a group, everyone moves at the different pace, so I can't really run and I can't catch up with the team. So I think that's one challenge I face. On a personal level, I hope to accomplish climbing a mountain and also to raise awareness for people with disabilities. And this climb will showcase that people with disabilities, they actually can do beyond what we can even think or imagine.
The team will begin their climb on 29th August.
And for more on this, we're joined by Steve Loh, General Secretary and CEO of YMCA Singapore.
And Denise Tan, Gold 905 DJ, and also joining in on the expedition. Thanks, guys, for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Steve, we just saw the preparations that have been sort of going underway, hikes involved, vertical marathons as well. You're just a week out from the expedition sort of to set off. How prepared is the team?
Well, I have to say that with the team makeup, there are 10 people with special needs, and they vary with from disabilities like cerebral palsy, they are visually impaired, and some have autism. But I have to say, they're fitter than us. And Denise, back me up on this.
Totally backing him up on this, yes. They are amazing individuals. They have this can-do spirit that puts us to shame. And physically, they are very, very fit. They trained longer and harder than any of us able-bodied did.
Well, yeah, so saying that, you're saying that there's so many different, abilities in the group. So that was something that must be part of your preparation when you were thinking of, doing the preparation. I'm thinking, because not everybody can do the vertical climb at the same time. There's going to be strengths and weaknesses as well. How did that, come into play for preparation needs?
Yeah, it was quite complex, which is why we had many training sessions. And the training sessions were not just physical, was actually for the volunteers like us to figure out how we're going to keep up with them, number one. Number two, what kind of help they need. So Denise is a great story with the person that she's buddied with.
Yes, so for me, I was buddied up with a visually impaired woman called Chris, who is really fit. She is a remarkable woman. She runs marathons. She's taken part in the Spartan race. She plays blind tennis. And she's the one who's always egging me on to push myself to my physical limits. And for me, I'm really just there to describe what's on the route, and that's it. So for me, my learning curve was really to learn to communicate with her effectively, efficiently, so that, you know, we don't both tumble down the mountain.
She's going to be dragging you up this mountain,
she
isn't
really will be, you know, guys. She will be.
And this climb, it's not just a climb, it's also to send a message, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is, so. And it's part of what the YMCA has been doing for 14 years. It's called the Y Camp Challenge, where we take people with special needs and we take them outdoors. We go rock climbing, we go kayaking, and now we've been doing that about 4 times a year in Singapore. And I thought, you know what, we've been so inspired by these ones, and they're so brave, they're so courageous. Let's take it to another level. Let's continue this inspiring them to reach new heights.
Literally.
And actually, we're reaching new heights with them, and it's just part of what we want to do with the Y Camp Challenge. And they are advocating and raising funds. They're raising they're aiming to raise $200,000 for the Y Camp Challenge program, which we want to continue at the YMCA.
Right. You know, the climb is supported by the Mediacorp Enable Fund, and in the context of perhaps big corporates supporting causes, how would you say the scene has evolved? You mentioned that you've been doing this for 14 years.
Yes, it has really come to a place where we're so grateful to Mediacorp and SG Enable and other corporations who are really taking notice. Now, this is one of the things that we do. The other things that we really want to emphasize is this is part of a continuum where we want to see them independent, growing in confidence, and employed for the long term. So at the YMCA, we also do have special needs interns, employees, and one of them's climbing with us.
But how big is the team that's going? Presumably, for everyone with a disability, there's a buddy to go with them. So it sounds like, you know, it could be 20, 30 people. How many people are going?
So there are 10 with special needs and 14 so-called able-bodied ones. And we've got, of course, our professional guides from YMCA Japan who is leading us up the mountain.
So it's quite a significant operation then. How long has this been sort of in the works, in the planning?
The planning has been about 6 months and not very long. And they've been training intensely for 4. And yeah, so it's a lot of logistics, but you know, we are able to mitigate some things. We brought a doctor with us, we've got rescue plans involved, and so on and so forth. But the truth is, it's a 2-day climb, and we're going to take our time with it. There's a hut that we can stay on overnight before we ascend to the summit. I heard there's ramen. I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
Denise, how much preparation did you have to do? I mean, do you usually climb mountains and summit these peaks?
Well, I would say that Mount Fuji is possibly one of the highest. I've attempted Mount Kinabalu. I have to say, rather shamefully, that I didn't make it to the summit that one time, but I'm quite determined this time around. I have an interest in hiking, and well, Steve and I go back quite a long way, and when he said, oh, I know that you like hiking mountains, how about this? And I just thought, perfect. I enjoy hiking. I'm not sure how physically fit I am. I will give it all I have. And to be able to volunteer for such a meaningful cause as well, I think that's like a bonus. So, yeah, to put the two together has been a dream come true for me. Yeah.
You must all be very excited to be sort of getting this trip underway with all the planning. Was there any resistance from any of the family members of the participants going?
Worries?
Any concerns?
I'm sure there'll be like lots of worries.
There are actually lots of worries, but we're used to that because every time we offer them a Y Camp Challenge in Singapore, which if you think it's actually outward bound school for those with special needs, there's lots of worry. And so on this particular trip, there was no different. So we've got a pair of twins coming along, and Dad's coming along with them.
Ah.
And Dad's going to climb with both of the boys.
And how old are they?
They're 18.
Okay.
But still to have the dad there for us was a great support, and we're all having a great time. And the boys are so excited about it.
I'm sure everybody is excited. So I want to know a little bit about 4,000 is very high. So altitude sickness kicks in at about 2,500. You know, what's the team doing in preparation of that? You'll have time to acclimatize, I assume.
We're all going there the day before, and we're going to start off at 2,000, and we're going to take our time and gradually ascend. And one of the things I've told them is if any danger appears, if there's any problems, you know what? We don't have to make it. There's next year. And then there's the year after. And then there's the year after. Yeah, Y Camp Challenge has been going on 14 years. We're not going to stop now. But this is a beginning of a journey to them. And I'm so inspired that they said yes, that we will attempt, and some may summit, some may not, but that's not the issue. The issue is let's try and go higher. Let's try to live life to the maximum, if you like.
Yes,
and the
that's
most
right.
important thing is to try.
And to take the first step.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you both for coming in. It's been fascinating. We look forward to hearing about your adventures when you do get back. We've been speaking with Steve Loh, General Secretary and CEO of YMCA Singapore, and Denise Tan, Gold 905 DJ.